Photoshop is based on a foreground and background color system. You can select color by using the foreground or background swatch in the toolbox. This is your foreground color, and the one to the lower left is the background color. You can set either color by clicking its swatch. The foreground color is the one that you use to paint, to fill or stroke a selection. The background color is the color Photoshop uses when you erase or delete a selected area on the background layer. This little curved arrow here switches between background and foreground colors. Use the small icon to reset to the default colors, black and white. You can reset the default colors by using the shortcut D, press X to switch between the background and foreground colors. The color picker also can determine foreground or background color. Select the foreground or background color square on the toolbox. Then click a color on the large square. This is the new color and this is the old color. By default, the color picker opens in HSB model, which stands for hue, saturation, brightness. The saturation and brightness numbers change by clicking anywhere in the color field, but the hue setting remains the same. For an on-screen image, you can choose specific percentages in the R, G, and B fields. The color setting for RGB mode range from 0, the value for black, to 255. Also, you can enter numbers for the LAB or HSB field, and you can set the color by moving the slider on the color bar. The color palette and its menu. The color palette gives you continuous control over current color settings because you can leave it open on the desktop. You can enter values in the fields or move the sliders to change or define the color. The color squares on the left show the currently active square by double framing it. The menu allows you to access another color model like you see here. Now switch to the swatches palette. You might know by now how it works. You simply dip your picker or eyedropper in a color field. To choose a foreground color, click the one you want. To choose a background color, Alt-click. You can collect your own colors that you picked out of another picture or image and add them on your color palette. The example shows you how to add a color with the color picker. Choose a foreground color swatch in the toolbox. Then use the color picker to select the desired color and click OK. Display the swatches palette, Window, Show Swatches. Place your cursor in the blank area below the swatches on the palette and click. The new color will appear next to the last swatch. If you press Shift, you can add the new color and replace whatever swatch you click. If you want to save your new color collection, choose Save Swatches from the Swatches palette menu. This Swatches menu shows you additional commands to organize your swatch palette. The eyedropper tool picks up a pixel of the color you point on. You can sample color from an image or to match a color. Click it on any spot of the image and its tip becomes a new foreground color. Use Alt-click to select a background color instead. The eyedropper options palette shows you the sample size options. By pressing Alt while you're working, you are able to convert any other painting tool, except the eraser, into an eyedropper to change foreground colors, like I changed the paintbrush tool in an eyedropper. Blending modes. In Photoshop, you can control a fourth brush full of paint over one that's already there, and all of these factors by applying blending modes. You'll find them in this pop-up list in the Paintbrush Options window. There are 18 blending modes. Let's have a closer look. In Normal mode, all basic colors are modified. Normal mode is also called Threshold. Dissolve mode creates a strong brush texture with the pre-selected color or layer. Multiply mode is like painting with bleach or soft or transparent shadow effect. Screen mode removes the darker parts of the base color. Overlay, either multiplies or screens, depending on the base color, preserves the highlights and shadows of the base color. Soft light darkens or lightens, depending on the blend color. It creates a soft lighting effect. Finally, we covered a few blending modes, the way that two layers of paint or image interact with each other. Try to apply the following modes by yourself. Like we told you at the beginning, that is your best way to learn Photoshop.